What if I told you that writing about murder changes you? That some true crime writers become so obsessed with the killers they study, they start thinking like them. One of the most famous true crime authors worked side by side with Ted Bundy and never knew she was talking to a monster. Today we step inside the mind of a true crime author, and what we find may disturb you. Why do people become obsessed with true crime? Millions of people watch true crime documentaries and listen to podcasts every day. But for true crime authors, it's not just entertainment, it's an obsession. Some crime writers spend months, even years, studying a single case, every detail, every clue, every motive. For some, it started as a fascination. For others, it was something much more personal. Anne Rule, one of the most famous true crime writers, spent years working with Ted Bundy at a crisis hotline. She thought he was charming, intelligent, even kind. Until the day she discovered he was a serial killer. What was it like to realize that she had trusted a murderer? She later said she never would have suspected him. That's the terrifying thing about killers. They blend in. But what happens when a writer spends too much time inside the mind of a murderer? Writing about murder isn't like writing fiction. Every detail is real. Every victim had a life, a family, a future, stolen. And over time, the weight of those stories starts to change the writer. Some crime writers become obsessed with safety, double-locking their doors, checking behind their backs, installing security cameras everywhere. One famous author admitted she became so paranoid, she started sleeping with the lights on. She would wake up convinced she heard footsteps in her house, but no one was there. Or was there? Psychologists have studied the effects of constant exposure to crime on the human brain. The more you study murder, the less it shocks you. It's called desensitization. For crime writers, autopsy reports stop feeling horrifying. Crime scene photos stop feeling disturbing. It all becomes routine. But some crime writers experience something even stranger. They start seeing patterns in people around them. They begin analyzing everyone, their friends, their co-workers, even their own family members. One true crime writer admitted she started suspecting people in her own life of hiding dark secrets, simply because she had spent so much time studying criminals who seemed normal on the outside. Here's the most disturbing part. Some true crime writers have admitted that after years of studying killers, they started to understand them too much. They weren't sympathizing, but they started seeing the world the way the killers did. They stopped seeing murder as a tragedy and started seeing it as a puzzle to be solved. One author described a moment of realization. She had spent so long analyzing why people kill that she started wondering, if I had been born in different circumstances, could I have done something like this? A few crime writers say they've never been the same after writing about murder. They can't erase the crime scenes from their minds. They can't stop imagining the moments before a killer strikes. And some say they'll never feel safe again. So here's the question. Does writing about murder change a person? Or are true crime authors just shining a light on the darkness that already exists? Comment below. Do you think true crime writers get too close to the darkness? If you love deep dives into the psychology of true crime, hit that subscribe button and check out our next video, where we explore the terrifying real-life psychology of serial killers.